Have you ever wondered why a woman who seems so into you suddenly pulls away, almost without warning? One day she's laughing at your jokes, texting you nonstop, and leaning in closer. And then next she's distant, cold, and harder to reach. It feels confusing, frustrating, and sometimes even personal. But here's the truth. It's rarely about you alone. Her sudden withdrawal is rooted in deep psychological triggers that most men completely overlook. What feels like rejection is often a defense mechanism, a test, or even an unconscious reaction to how she's feeling inside. The moment you understand the psychology behind this, you stop chasing blindly and start responding with calm confidence. Women don't always communicate their fears and desires directly. They show it in their actions, especially when they pull away. And here's the secret. If you handle this moment the right way, her distance can actually increase her attraction for you. But if you panic, overreact, or smother her with attention, you'll almost always push her further away. So, let's dive deep into the psychology behind why she pulls away suddenly and how you can master these moments instead of losing her. 1. Fear of vulnerability. One of the biggest reasons a woman suddenly pulls away, even when she's clearly attracted to you, is fear of vulnerability. To most men, vulnerability looks simple. You open up, you share, you connect. But for many women, vulnerability feels like danger. It's the moment she realizes that you matter enough to affect her emotions. And when emotions run deep, the stakes get higher. She knows that if she keeps moving closer, she's giving you the power to either protect her or hurt her. That's a terrifying gamble, and the natural defense mechanism is to step back. Think about it. When she's playful, open, and flirty, it's safe. The moment it starts feeling serious, her subconscious alarm bells ring. She starts questioning, can I really trust him? Will he stay consistent, or will I end up broken again? That's why sometimes, after an amazing date, or after you've shared a deep moment, she suddenly acts distant the very next day. It's not that she stopped liking you. It's that she liked you too much too quickly, and that scares her. This is where most men fail. They sense her pulling back, and they immediately push harder. More texts, more calls, more demands for reassurance. But from her perspective, this only proves her fear. That opening up to you means losing turbulence and being consumed. The more you chase, the more she retreats. Not because she doesn't want you, but because she's protecting herself from being swallowed by the very thing she desires. The right move in this situation is counterintuitive. Give her space, but not silence. Show calmness instead of desperation. Respond with steadiness instead of pressure. This doesn't mean ignoring her or playing cold games. It means you recognize her fear and don't fuel it. By staying centered, you communicate that you can handle her emotions without falling apart yourself. That's the moment her walls start to lower, because safety is what makes vulnerability possible. So when she suddenly pulls away, after things seem to be going perfectly, don't assume rejection. Recognize it for what it often is. A defense mechanism rooted in fear of vulnerability. Handle it with composure, and you transform that fear into trust. And trust more than anything else is what makes attraction last. 2. Testing your strength. Another powerful psychological reason she pulls away is because she's unconsciously testing your strength. And no, this isn't always some manipulative game. It's built into attraction itself. Women are naturally wired to seek stability in a man, someone who won't crumble the moment pressure is applied. When she pulls back suddenly, she's often testing to see if you can handle uncertainty without losing your frame. Here's how it plays out. You're spending time together. Everything feels good, and suddenly she becomes distant. She doesn't reply to your texts as quickly. She seems distracted, or she creates space where there used to be closeness. Most men instantly panic. They bombard her with messages, demand answers, and beg for reassurance. What does this show her? That your emotions are fragile, and that her presence controls your sense of stability. For her, that's a red flag. If she can shake you this easily, how will you handle bigger challenges in life? On the flip side, when you stay composed, confident, and unbothered by her temporary withdrawal, you send a completely different signal. You show her that you are not desperate for validation and that your world doesn't collapse just because she takes a step back. This communicates strength, self-respect, and emotional maturity, all qualities that women find irresistible. In fact, sometimes her pulling away is less about her own fear and more about the curiosity. Is he really the man he appears to be? Or will he fold the moment things get shaky? Think of it like stress testing a bridge. Nobody wants to drive across a bridge that looks strong but collapses under weight. She pulls away to put emotional weight on you and see if you hold steady. The men who fail, their tests often lose attraction fast, not because she wanted to push them away, but because she needed to know if they were reliable, and they weren't. So when she suddenly withdraws, don't see it as a crisis. See it as a test. Keep your cool. Continue focusing on your own life and maintain the same energy you had before. This doesn't mean ignoring her or acting cold. It means not overreacting. If you pass this test, her attraction doesn't just return. It grows stronger because she sees you as the kind of man she can truly respect and trust. 3. Past pain and trauma. Sometimes her sudden withdrawal has nothing to do with you at all. It has everything to do with her past. Many women carry scars from previous relationships, betrayal, abandonment, emotional manipulation, or even subtle patterns of being taken for granted. These experiences leave a deep imprint on the way she views love and connection. So even when she genuinely likes you and wants to move closer, her past pain can pull her back like an invisible chain. Think about it. If someone has been burned by fire, they don't stop loving warmth, but they do hesitate before reaching for the flame again. That's exactly what happens in her psychology. When she feels herself getting attached, her brain flashes warning signs. Careful. This is how you got hurt last time. Don't get too close. So, instead of leaning in, she distances herself, not because you did something wrong, but because her past is whispering that getting close equals future heartbreak. This is where many men misinterpret her behavior. They take her distance as rejection, as if she's no longer interested. But often she's interested too much, and that triggers fear. She may even sabotage her own feelings, convincing herself that pulling away protects her. Ironically, her defensive walls are a sign that you matter more than she expected, not less. The danger here is that if you respond poorly by chasing, accusing, or showing frustration, you end up reinforcing her fears. She starts to believe her past pain was right. See, I knew men couldn't be trusted. I knew getting close was risky. But if you respond with patience, empathy, and steady confidence, you create a different experience. You show her that not every man will abandon her. Not every connection will hurt. And not every moment of vulnerability leads to betrayal. The truth is, you can't erase her past, but you can influence her present. By handling her withdrawal with calm understanding, you help her rewrite the story she's been telling herself. And that's incredibly powerful, because when a woman realizes that you're not a repeat of her trauma, but rather the exception to it, her attraction deepens in ways that go beyond surface-level desire. You become the man who breaks the cycle, not the one who continues it. 4. Loss of mystery and excitement. Another reason she suddenly pulls away has to do with something subtle but powerful: the loss of mystery and excitement. In the early stages, attraction thrives on curiosity. She's intrigued by who you are, how you think, and what you might do next. Every message, every look, every interaction feels like a puzzle she wants to solve. But if you reveal everything too quickly, or if you become overly predictable, the excitement begins to fade. And when the excitement drops, her instinct is to step back. Attraction isn't just about chemistry. It's about emotional stimulation. If she feels like she already has you figured out, she may unconsciously test the waters by pulling away, not because she doesn't like you, but because she wants to feel that spark again. The problem is most men react to her distance by chasing even harder, pouring out feelings, sending long paragraphs, over-explaining their intentions, or constantly trying to reassure her. But this only makes the problem worse. Instead of mystery, you give her certainty. Instead of excitement, you give her predictability, and predictability kills attraction. Think of it like watching a movie. If you already know the ending, you're less invested. The same principle applies here. She wants to discover you, not have everything laid out from day one. That's why she may pull away suddenly to see if you can reintroduce that tension and intrigue. Can you hold your own, stay focused on your life, and let her lean back in curiosity? Or will you panic and smother her with explanations? The solution is not to play fake hard to get games, but to genuinely maintain your depth. Keep growing, keep challenging yourself, keep surprising her by the man you're becoming. Share parts of yourself gradually. Let experiences reveal who you are, and maintain a balance between openness and mystery. When she sees that there's always more to learn about you, the excitement returns. So, if she suddenly creates distance, it may not be rejection. It may be her craving for that thrill again. Don't chase it. Instead, embody it. Be the man whose presence keeps her guessing, keeps her engaged, and keeps her wondering what's next. That's how you turn her pullback into renewed desire. 5. Fear of losing independence. One of the most overlooked reasons a woman pulls away suddenly is her fear of losing independence. Many women, especially in today's world, value their freedom, goals, and personal space. The moment she feels like getting closer to you might mean giving up her individuality. She instinctively retreats. It's not that she doesn't enjoy your company. It's that she's protecting her identity. When attraction builds, it's natural for both people to want more time together. But if that time starts to feel like it's replacing her own routines, hobbies, or ambitions, she can feel trapped. For her, closeness shouldn't mean sacrifice. But unfortunately, many men unconsciously send signals that suggest otherwise. Constant availability, demanding more of her time, or needing constant validation can make her feel suffocated. And when that pressure builds, she pulls back. Not because she's lost interest, but because she's trying to breathe. Most men misread this entirely. They think her pulling away means she doesn't care, when in reality, it's about balance. She wants love without losing herself. She wants intimacy without erasing her independence. If you can't provide that balance, she'll protect herself by stepping away. The irony is that the more she values her freedom, the more she'll appreciate a man who understands it, and the more she'll be drawn to him long term. The key here is not to take her distance personally. Instead, encourage it. Support her passions, respect her space, and show that you value her independence as much as she does. This doesn't make you weak. It makes you secure. It tells her, I'm not there to control you. I'm here to walk beside you. That message is far more attractive than any attempt to hold her too tightly. So, when she suddenly pulls away, ask yourself, has she felt like her world is shrinking because of you? If the answer is yes, then giving her the room to breathe is the smartest move you can make. Because when a woman realizes she can be with you and still keep her independence, her attraction doesn't just return, it deepens. You become the rare man who gives her both love and freedom. And that's a combination she'll never want to pull away from again. 6. Uncertainty about your intentions. Another powerful reason a woman suddenly pulls away is uncertainty about your intentions. Attraction without clarity can feel thrilling at first, but if she doesn't know where she stands with you, it creates anxiety. Women crave emotional security just as much as they crave excitement. If she's unsure whether you're serious about her, playing games, or just passing time, her natural response is to step back and protect her heart. Think about it. If she's giving you her energy, her attention, and her emotions, she wants to know it's leading somewhere meaningful, not necessarily a marriage proposal tomorrow, but at least their sense that she's not wasting her time. When she doesn't get that reassurance through your actions, her subconscious says, "Be careful. Don't invest too much. Pull back until you know for sure." Her distance isn't always about losing attraction. It's about guarding herself against disappointment. This is where a lot of men unintentionally sabotage things. They think keeping her guessing will make them look mysterious or more desirable, when in reality, it often creates confusion and frustration. Mystery works in attraction, yes, but not when it comes to intentions. If she feels like she's the only one emotionally exposed, while you keep everything vague, she'll retreat. Retreat is her way of regaining control, of putting the brakes on something that feels uncertain. The solution isn't over-explaining or drowning her in promises. It's aligning your words with your actions. If you say you're interested, show it consistently. If you want something serious, let your behavior reflect stability. If you're not ready for commitment, be honest, instead of stringing her along. Clarity doesn't kill attraction. It builds trust, and trust is the foundation that keeps her from pulling away. So, when she suddenly grows distant, ask yourself, has she been left in the dark about what you really want? If the answer is yes, then it's not her lack of interest that's the problem. It's her self-protection. Give her honesty, show her consistency, and remove the fog of uncertainty. Once she feels secure about your intentions, her guard lowers, and instead of pulling away, she'll lean in closer, because clarity is far more attractive than confusion. 7. Overwhelmed by intensity. Sometimes the reason she pulls away suddenly has nothing to do with fear, games, or even independence. It's simply that the emotional or physical intensity between you two becomes overwhelming. Attraction, when it burns too brightly too fast, can feel exhilarating in the moment, but frightening afterward. She may find herself thinking, "This is happening too quickly. What if it crashes? What if I can't control it?" And the easiest way to slow things down is to pull back. This doesn't mean she's not interested. In fact, it often means she's very interested. So much so that she feels swept up in the momentum, the closeness, the deep conversations, the chemistry. It all builds like a wave, and sometimes that wave feels too strong to ride without crashing. For women, pacing matters. If she feels like things are spiraling too quickly, out of control, pulling away gives her a chance to breathe and regain balance. The mistake men make here is misreading her pause as rejection. They think she lost interest and either panic or cut her off completely. But her withdrawal isn't about disinterest. It's about needing the intensity to stabilize. The more you chase during this time, the heavier that wave feels. The more you pull back with calm patience, the safer she feels, letting the wave settle. The right move in these moments is to ease the pressure. Let things breathe without losing your presence. Don't overanalyze or demand constant reassurance. Instead, keep showing up as your steady, confident self, while letting the pace reset naturally. When she sees that you can enjoy the connection without trying to force it forward at full speed, her comfort grows. And with comfort comes trust, and with trust comes deeper attraction. So when she suddenly pulls away, after a period of intense connection, remember it's not always the end. Sometimes, it's just her way of managing the emotional storm, so she doesn't drown in it. By giving her the space to study herself without your interest completely, you show that you can handle both passion and patience. And that combination makes you not just attractive, but unforgettable. So why does she suddenly pull away when everything seemed perfect? Now you know it isn't always rejection. It can be fear of vulnerability, a test of your strength, scars from past pain, the loss of mystery, a craving for independence, uncertainty about your intentions, or simply feeling overwhelmed by the intensity. On the surface, her withdrawal feels like a wall. But if you look deeper, it's not a wall at all. It's a doorway into understanding her psychology, and more importantly, proving the kind of man you are when tension shows up. Most men fail these moments because they take it personally. They panic, they chase, they over-explain, or they shut down in frustration. And every one of those reactions only confirms her fears. But the men who succeed, they see her pull back for what it truly is. An opportunity to show steadiness when she's unsteady, an opportunity to create trust where doubt exists, an opportunity to show that you can lead with calmness instead of chaos. The truth is, attraction isn't just built in the easy moments. It's solidified in the difficult ones. Anyone can look confident when things are smooth, but it's how you handle her withdrawal, her silence, her distance that separates you from every other man. If you stay composed, if you respect her independence, if you give space without disappearing, if you communicate clarity instead of confusion, you transform her fear into safety. And when a woman feels safe with you, safe to be vulnerable, safe to trust, safe to lean in, that's when her attraction deepens beyond surface level. So the next time she pulls away, don't ask, "What did I do wrong?" Ask instead, "What is this moment asking me to prove?" Because every pullback is a test, not of her interest, but of your strength. Handle it with patience, and you won't just get her attention back. You'll earn her respect, and respect is the foundation of lasting attraction. Remember this, women don't pull away because they don't care. They pull away because they care too much and don't know how to process it. When you understand that, you stop chasing and start leading. And when you lead with calm strength, you know you're not just the man she wants. You're the man she can't let go.